All right, to make some makeshift rim tape, I'm going to use some Gorilla Tape, and I have a micrometer here to get the inside reading, which comes up to about, it says about 15, but it's hitting the edges of the lock. So it actually comes out to 17 mil wide. That's what it probably, if you're going to get something, it's going to be marked as 17 for the 700C on this one. Then I went ahead and I did a makeshift cutting area here. So I'm going to measure 17 mil and put one cut into the first layer of tape, and then I'm going to basically peel that off. So once I measured my 16 mil on one side, or 17 mil, sorry, I'm going to lay this flat, and then I got my blade, and this is just a chain. It's a Shimano box chain. So I'm going to put my blade on top, flip this over. First I drew a line, and then I'm just matching this up. So all I got to do is like press on this just a little bit, and it lines up perfectly with the line that I have here. So I'm keeping my hand completely still, holding hard pressure so the knife won't move, and I'm just going to push this tape into the blade and then just rotate around as I'm applying pressure. And I just need to get through that first layer, so pushing, I already cut it, but I'm just showing you guys. And then boom, once I did that, I can come over here, find my end, and just peel that edge up. And there we go. Same thing, I could start anywhere. Valve holes right here, but I'm just going to start in the middle between spoke holes, just so this tape can get some solid surface to grip to. And that falls in nicely. And then keep a finger here. Don't want that to move. Give yourself some strip, using this finger to pull down tight. If you give it some pressure on it, it's going to kind of suck right in. And you just run your thumb, hold, and just work your way around. Now over time, the width of this tape, it's going to, I forgot what it's either going to get narrower or wider, so it won't last like forever. But this is actually a much better job than I did on my first one. The first one I just went wide, super wide, where the tape was hanging out, and then I went back and cut it with the blade, and it just looks like crap. Like this, I can sleep at night. Actually looks pretty. Then when you get to the end here, I'm just going to overlap, like I said, by a couple inches. Boom, just like that. And then just go back and push down. Alright, so I got some Zafel. This is a cloth tape. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on. I want to make sure the width is correct. Right now it doesn't quite fit in there, but it could sink in and be a little bit thicker on the inside. So there is a hole for your stem, so I'm just going to do just a rough drop in. I want that hole to match my valve hole there. So I'm going to pull tight. If I pull tight, yeah, it's going to drop right in. Boom. Yeah, so that's a good fit. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this Gorilla Tape. It's been working pretty good. I did a pretty good caught it as far as width. So we're covering the holes, which is protecting the tube from any sharp edges. So I figured I could leave this Gorilla Tape, but I got the right stuff, and the Zafel, that cloth tape, is so old school, it's gonna just kind of sticking with the rough theme with this bike. And rather than let this Gorilla Tape get too sticky and leave residue, we'll take it off now. Hasn't even been a week. Oh, it's already leaving residue. Alright, so we're going to trade a little heat if you don't want any residue to stay behind. Yep, that's a better job. It's pulling it off clean. just got to take your time. It's pretty clean here. That's where I started, and then you can see all the old residue there. But it's still leaving a little bit behind, but overall it's coming off. All right, I'm not going to worry too much about that light residue, but just line up your hole here. Pull tight on both sides, it'll drop right in. Align the hole, and then just press down. Just trying to get in the center. Hold tight here as you pull tight here, so I don't lose what I have there. And if you pull tight, it just kind of sucks right in, and it kind of contours to the valley in the middle. So this one roll should do the whole wheel. Might have a little bit left over, but yep. Yeah, this totally reminds me of my first road bike when I was 15. I had a Panasonic. Yep, I think it was the same company because it had the same logo, same font. And I think it was a Tangy frame. And yeah, it was a pretty blue with some, what did it have on it? Had some Shimano stuff on there. I forgot exactly what they were. But had down tube shifters. But it seemed pretty new for the time, but man, I couldn't wait to ride that bike. I was about 15, 16. Had a job as a busser in a restaurant, and I was saving my money for it, but I could not wait. I had like 3/4 of the amount, and I begged my mom to go down there and pick it up because I had it on layaway. But once I got that bike, I rode that thing every single day for a year. Okay, so I reached the end here. I did a slight overlap, and then it goes into, it's kind of weird the way they wrapped it around this piece here. Yep, looks like it's overlapping maybe 1/4 of an inch, so it's not very much. But I'm going to cut right where the adhesive stops. Bam. Just get that nice and tight. And my hole still looks good. Let's see. I'm going to go back. This roll right here has a little oval point. Let's see if I can use that to kind of, I'm going to try and press in on the left edge, press it in on the right edge. I don't know if they intended that, but hey, I'm not one to go read directions all the time. And then down the center. That doesn't quite reach in the center. To turn it at an angle. Beautiful.